Hey guys, good evening. Just give me 1 minute. We'll start. All right, so let's start. Okay, let me share my screen and we can start. All right, so just wait a couple of minutes because more people are joining. So once people will join, we'll start the session. So when we'll just wait for the few minutes, we'll start the session. Okay, just a couple of minutes, then we'll start. So just wait. I think, let me see. Okay. Just use this navigator here. Okay. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining this session. Okay, let's start this session without any further delay. Okay, so welcome you all in the GuiNet Technologies, and today we are going to like start or demonstrate the Palo Alto Firewall session. So we'll try to understand the basic stuff of the firewalls. We try to understand about the security. Let me mute somehow. It is played in some other device. So we'll try to understand the firewall fundamentals, right? And the security concepts. We also understand why we need to do the certification for that particular Palo Alto firewalls or any other security firewalls, right? So the session will be then in Hindi and English. So because this is the open session for everyone, so we'll try to understand in the English today. But in upcoming days, when we'll start the session, based on your choice, whatever you guys want, we can go with the Hindi or English. It would be like the miss kind of the situation. So whatever you guys feel like it's more comfortable, we can go in that language. Okay. So I hope it's clear to you all, right? So we are the GuiNet like technology. We are dealing with the different technology like Cisco, Versa, Zscaler, Palo Alto, Checkpoint. So every technology we are touching, routing, switching, whatever you want to learn. So if you having any requirement training, so you can reach out to us. You can reach out on these numbers. You can visit our website. You can write an email. So definitely someone will connect and definitely help you out regarding your queries. Okay. So moving next, without any further delay. The first question might be coming in your mind, why should I start learning with the Palo Alto Firewall? Because you might have doing some kind of the networking jobs, you might have doing some kind of the other jobs, not networking or basic networking, or might be the IT administrator job. So why you want to learn the Palo Alto Firewall? This is the first thing you just have to understand. And what is the Palo Alto Firewall and what is the firewalls? Why we need the Palo Alto Firewalls? or like the any other firewalls why we need. So we try to understand those all query answer during today's discussion. Also, we'll try to understand what is the security, right? And why we use the security concepts. And while doing this Palo Alto, what benefits we are going to get in the upcoming future careers. So this kind of the concept we'll definitely try to understand and try to get during these 2 day sessions. So let us start. So if I talk about the Palo Alto firewalls, so likewise in a market, we having a multiple firewalls. In a market, we having a multiple firewalls. So if I just classify the firewalls, so firewalls having a lot of vendor, like the Cisco is the one of the vendor who basically design or develop the ASA firewall. Similar, we having the Palo Alto firewall. We having the Checkpoint firewall, right? Checkpoint firewall. We having the FortiGate firewalls, FortiGate firewalls, right? So this is also one of the firewalls. We having a Shopos firewalls, right? We having other vendor firewall like some virtual appliance firewalls also available in the market, but these are the leading firewalls available in the markets, right? And in addition of that, if you are using the computers, that computers also having some firewalls already configured there. Likewise, if you talk about in window, we having the inbuilt firewall, that is a software based firewall, and this software based firewall also basically going to protect from any kind of the threat, malicious communications, or any kind of the port protocol, source and destination IP. If you want to block, that is also possible. So if you see in my particular computer, and here you want to check, you having the defender already available, that is known as the window firewall, which is known as the window defender firewall. And in this firewall, if you want to keep the policy, if you want to keep the rules, that is absolutely possible. Inbound rule, outbound rule, everything is available. So by default, most of the things are allowed, all traffic communication is allowed. But if you want to block anything, it is possible, we can block it, we can modify it. See, we having the allow and block. So we having the similar policy available in this particular firewall also, which is my computer itself. So firewall basically it is available almost everywhere. Either you working on the local computer, either you working in the any networking concepts, any networking device, or might be your company is small, large, or the largest, everywhere you'll find the firewalls is available. So basically, once we and before we go and understand the firewalls, we have to understand, let me mute, we just have to understand, if we starting the career with the Palo Alto firewalls, so what are the different like we having the options available in the Palo Alto, sectors. So in Palo Alto Education Service, this is the official website of the Palo Alto. And if you go here, so in this particular official website, you having a lot of certifications. So you might find the some certification related to the Prisma, certified cloud security engineer. So this is for the cloud. You having some kind of the certification that is related to the might be for your cloud security, network security, and some cyber security. So still we are very confused. Means many people are very confused. What is the cloud security? What is the cyber security? And what is the network security? And after doing the Palo Alto firewall, which part I'm going to cover it? So this is the like $1 million question might be coming in your mind. So let me just clarify these all things. So in Palo Alto official certification, we having a lot of certifications. It is related to the Prisma, that is part of the cloud security. It is related to the cyber security. You can see we'll find the cyber security also. So these are the cyber security fundamentals, SASE solutions. These are the common the cyber security. Also, most important, which we are going to cover, that is the network security. So if someone is going to ask, what is the cloud security, what is the network security, and what is the cyber security? Okay. So to understand this, all three framework, we just have to understand the basically the security infrastructures modules. So we having a 3 modules in security infrastructures. Let me write it here. Let me just put the pen this side. So in this particular domain, we having a 3 security. One is the cyber security. Let me use some different color. So we having a cyber security, right? We having a network security. We having a cloud security, and we having the information security. So now in the security itself, we having the 4 flavors. So which one I should learn? Shall I start building my career in the cyber security? Shall I start building in my network security? Shall I building in the cloud security? Shall I building in the information security? And what does mean by the cyber security, cloud security, network security, and the information security? So these are basically all part of the security. These all 4 fundamental is a part of the security. So in security, what do you think in real life scenario? You find a lot of type of security. One is the physical security. So if you go in your office or any any kind of the location like public place, you'll find the physical security. What is the physical security? Physical security like security guards, right? You having the CCTV cameras, right? You having the scanners, and etc. So these are the part of the physical security, means they are going to view and verify before you just reach, or might be you just have to cross any kind of the public location like metro, railway stations, might be the airports, or any kind of the malls. Similar, if you are going in the office, might be the security personnel before you entering the office, they are going to check your ID card, or might be you have to put your access on the front of the gate, and you are able to authenticate by the access controllers, then only you are allowed to go inside the office. So this is the physical security. The physical security could be the security personals, could be the CCTV, could be the scanner, could be the might be your like punching machine. So to just ID card punching machine. So these are the physical security. The second one is the logical security. So what is the logical security? So if I talk about the logical security, how it is going to helpful for you. So logical security having like there is no physical presence available in the in you cannot see that security. You can see the devices. What are the devices? You might be see that the devices which is known as the, let me just write it here. So you might be see the router, you might be switch, you might be see the firewalls, right? You might be see the servers, right? You can see the WLC, you can see some kind of the PCs, laptops, printers. So these might be the different network devices. These are the physical devices. But if you want to achieve the security inside this particular physical devices, you need some concept that is known as the logical security. So how this is going to provide the security? So basically, let's assume that this is your office. This is your office. Let me just draw by this. This is your office, right? Let me see. Let me mute. So this is your office, and this office we might having a 2 gates, right? So one gate could be this one. Why my pen is not working? Let me see what happened. Just give me 1 minute. Anyhow, not working, leave it. So might be having this one gate. This is one gate, and another gate would be this router. Guys, please mute yourself. I can see someone is speaking, so you can mute yourself. So this is your might be the router, okay? So this is the R1, and this is your entry gate. Entry or exit gate. This is connected with your internet. And this is just something as a gate where we can entry or exit from this particular gate. So let's say suppose you coming from this gate to inside of your office. So might be different workstations available here for the different sections, and you have to sit there and you have to work. So you coming, and while entering inside office, you just have to prove your physical security. You are actually authorized to go inside of the office or not. Or if you are authorized to go in office, which department you should go, right? So every department having their own gates. So might be there is 3 departments. So might be once you pass the main security access from here, you again have to go and punch your card and you have to go inside of this particular cubin, yeah, cubicles or whatever the private area for your particular branch. Then you are good to go. So this is going to check with the physical security. Now you are inside of this particular office and you are connected with your PC. So let's suppose this is your workstation and PC. And now from sitting in this PC, you wanted to access the internet. You wanted to access the internet. And your company is saying, if you are sitting in this particular domain, you wanted to access the internet, you should not access the YouTube. You should not able to access. Let me mute, guys. Let me mute. So there is a concept, you could not access the Facebook, you could not access the YouTube. So how basically you are going to protect that? Because you having a simple router, this router is connected with the internet, and then who is going to prevent that? So if you want to do the blocking based on the PC, it is going to very complex, because PC also having the firewalls. If you want to do the on router, it is again very challenging for you, because the YouTube, Facebook IP keep getting changed. So we having the limited scope to apply the ACL and block the connections. So again, there is a problem. So to mitigate this problem and allow the limited internet access or the complete policy access, whatever you want to allow, you have to introduce the new firewalls, new appliance, which is known as the firewalls. So we might be have to, we just have to introduce the device which is known as the firewall. So probably I'll go and I will just use, let me just use some different color. So let me use this one. So I'll use a device in between these two and I'll name as the firewalls. So this is my firewall device. Okay. So now this firewall is acting as again a gate, which is the physical gate. And this is going to, this could be the physical device. This could be the logical device. But when the traffic is going to process via this firewall, so based on your user IP address, user name, or whatever the department, it is going to check whether you are allowed to access the YouTube, you allowed to access the Facebook. If you are not allowed to access the YouTube or Facebook, it is going to block straightforward here. But if you are allowed to access, it is going to allow the access, and it is going to allow the access the internet. So that means whenever you go out or anything coming in, this firewall is responsible to provide the logical security. So again, you are leaving your company, but gate is different. It is the logical. You are going via the internet out. You are doing some logical steps, right? And one is the physical steps. You are just moving around the physically inside the office or outside the office. So it is the physical step. So you have to be very careful while understanding the physical security and the logical security. But security is going to be always. So if you talk about the security, this security is going to basically apply for the physical security and logical security. This is just overview I'm giving you. So just you understand how security looks like. Okay. We'll do the deep dive, how the firewall functionality is going to happen, how it is going to block, and everything. We're going to do that. But this is just overview sessions. We are just building the concept, how security, what is the idea behind it, and how basically it is going to game changer for everyone. Okay. So now moving to the this section. So now security having a two part, physical and logical security. Then what is the use of the cyber security, network security, cloud security? So if you talk about the cyber security, network security, and cloud security, these are the all security which is just managing the logical security parameter in different domains, different domains. But when I talk about the information security, when I call to information security, it is just going to manage the physical security plus logical security both. So information security is the bigger word in compared to the cyber security network, cyber security and the network security. So if you just focus about the information security, that is just going to completely deal with the physical security and logical security. But if you deal with the cyber security, network security, cloud security, this is just limited to the logical security and it is limited to the specific domain. So let's understand one by one what is the cyber security. Okay. Sorry, what is the information security? So a little bit we'll understand about the information security, why we need the information security. So if you are going for the any security certification or like the CCISP certification, these all terms are going to be very useful for you, and they are, trust me, they are very going to be help in terms of the doing the audit and the managing the network and everything. So information security is measured to taken care everything unauthorized entry. So physical security unauthorized entry could be the logical entry from the internet or might be the your physical. It is going to just check everything. It is also check the cloud security, network security, and cyber security. All parameter it is going to check. It is also deal with the data. It is also deal with the threats. It is also deal with the any unauthorized access, any data leak. It is also try to maintain your data confidentiality, integrity, or availability. So that means if you want to deal with the information security, everything from your company point of view should be very secure in terms of the physical security guards, in case of the access of the buildings, in terms of the parkings, if you think should be very well precised and very well allocated, and nobody can do any unauthorized stuff there. In terms of your routers, switches, your data, your assets, so it is going to give the everything like how should be managed. That is the information security. But if you talk about the cyber security, so cyber security is limited to the cyber security domain. So what is the cyber security domain? So that is cyber attacks, cyber frauds. You might be heard about that. So might be nowadays we having a lot of cyber attacks, cyber frauds where people are just getting money from the different tactics, phone pay, paytm, google pay, and other website that they're using, right? So if we want social engineering, they are doing based on social engineering, they get some your information, and based on your information they will hack your websites, brute force, patting, ransomware. So these are the terms. Basically cyber security means they are trying to hack or destroy your network. They will try to destroy your business by using some naughty tactics. So that is going to part of the cyber security. So cyber security basically is just protecting your network by not happening any fraudulent through the your network areas. जो भी आपका नेटवर्क एरिया है उसमें किस तरह कोई फ्रॉडुलेंट ना हो, उसके लिए हम यूज करते हैं साइबर सिक्योरिटी. लेकिन साइबर सिक्योरिटी सीखने के लिए whatever you want to learn about the cyber security, you should know about the network security. So what is the network security? Network security is the backbone for the every security. If you don't know the network security, it is hard to digest the cyber security, it is hard to digest the cloud security, and also it is hard to digest the information security. Because information security will give the overview of the every security, but anyhow you just have to understand your networks, your firewalls, how they protect your all the resources, how to protect your data. So network security, that means whatever the routers, switches, firewall, server, WLC, PC, printers, etc., whatever devices you have, if you want to protect them, then basically you need the network security, and without network security you cannot protect them. And once you create the network security protections, it is very easy to even defend the cyber security. Cyber security is also going to be, some tools are going to be add on, but concept is going to be leveraged from the network security, and based on leveraging those concepts, you are going to use those concepts and you can apply the cyber security and you can learn very easily cyber security. So these are the interrelated to each other. What is the cloud security? So cloud security is nothing. It's similar to the network security, only the change is going to happen. Might be your devices are hosting in the on premises, means your data center you managing, your office network you managing, everything. But once you move your data center in cloud, so your server will move there, your database will move there, your application will move there, your router will move there, your switches will move there. So again, in need of firewalls. So it could be the cloud-based firewall, like the Azure firewall, might be the Palo-Alto firewall, might be the Checkpoint firewall, ASA. These are the virtual firewall. So the functionality will be the same or similar, I can say, or might be a little bit advanced, but the concept again from the network security. This is the backbone of the every security platform. So if you want to learn either the cyber security, cloud security, information security, you should must know the network security. And network security is nothing. This is your firewalls. So if you see here, I hope you understand this particular concept. Anyone having any question till now and want to ask? Anyone just want to anything? What is cyber security, network security, cloud security, information security? Yeah, everyone is very clear about it. If you have question, please feel free to ask. I'll definitely help you out to understand that all. Okay. So moving next, okay. Don't be hesitate. आप लोग हिंदी में पूछ सकते हो. I'm very comfortable. And अगर इंग्लिश में पूछना है तो इंग्लिश में पूछ सकते हो. जिस तरह से आप लोग समझ में आया आप लोग पूछ सकते हो. बिकॉज इट्स ओपन सेशन, सो मैं इसको आज थोड़ा इंग्लिश में डील कर रहा हूँ, बट आप लोग जैसा कंफर्टेबल समझो, इट्स ऑल फॉर यू ऑल. ठीक है, so आप लोग टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू गाइस कैन आस्क एनीथिंग. सो अगर मैं पोलो ऑल्टो में जाता हूँ एंड वी विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी. सो यहाँ पे देखो आपके पास बहुत सारे आपके पास नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी के फायरवॉल्स के बारे में आपके पास कुछ कुछ मॉड्यूल्स आ रहे हैं, जैसे पोलो ऑल्टो नेटवर्क सर्टिफाइड सॉफ्टवेयर फायरवॉल इंजीनियर. सो दिस इज द सॉफ्टवेयर फायरवॉल, नॉट अ हार्डवेयर फायरवॉल. So again, it is going to use in the cloud infrastructures. फिर आपके पास दूसरा है जो PCNSA जिसको बोलते हैं, Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Administrator. That is intermediate levels, right? This is advanced levels, and this is the Palo Alto Network Certified Security Engineer. That is a PCNSA. This is again advanced level. So in this particular module, when we are going to talk about the network security, we'll cover the two particular flavors, that is a PCNSA and PCNSC. Both we are going to cover, and we'll learn entire complete how firewall is going to be configured, how can be deployed, what is the different use cases, and सारे feature को हम इसको explore करेंगे. That is known as the network security. So अब मैं अगर जाता हूँ down the line and we talk about the Palo Alto product portfolio. So again we having the strata, that is a completely network security. इसके अंदर आपकी जो firewalls हैं, that is a VM series firewalls or CN series firewall, that is a hardware, Panorama, and the Prisma access is just for the SASE, cloud-based firewall, secure access services. This is the cloud solutions. So इसके अंदर you get the SD-WAN solution also, Prisma access SASE solution. अगर Prisma आपको firewall चाहिए cloud-based, वो भी आप integrate कर सकते हो. And the Cortex XDR is just for the inside monitoring and visualize the network कि कैसा network मेरा perform कर रहा है, what is happening inside my network. So if you want to visualize your network, you just have to use the Prisma, Cortex XDR. So this is a tool, you can say that, for the monitoring purpose. But these are the two solutions, one for the cloud SASE solution, one for the enterprise firewall solution, that is for the network domain. So in this particular module, we are going to discuss more about, and I can say everything about the firewall, which is a network firewall. And this is the Palo Alto firewall. This is a completely separate module. And this is the SASE solution. And this is again for the monitoring and troubleshooting tool. So we are not going to touch these two modules. Yes, if you having any question, you want to ask a specific question, come to me. I have the good understanding. I'll definitely help you out. but we are not going to touch entire because these are the different modules. So SASE having a completely different module, and we are going to just talk about the PCNSA or PCNSA. These two syllabus we are going to cover. So after this particular module, you will be eligible to do this certification and this certification. I would not recommend it to do this certification because it's just waste of money. If you're well prepared, go for the PCNSE certification and become the advanced engineer, Palo-Alto Network certified network security engineer. So this is your certification part after this particular course curriculum. So I hope it's clear all what is a network security, what is a cloud security, what is the information security, and what is the cyber security, and what we are going to cover in this particular module. Okay. Now, question might be come in your mind, why we should do the Palo Alto certification. This might be coming in your mind, why we should do the Palo Alto certification. So see, in market, we having a lot of vendors available who providing the firewall solution. You can see Cisco, we have the Alibaba, we having the Microsoft, we having the Juniper, Huawei, Amazon, H3C, might be you not heard, Sonic Wall, Shopos, Cartoon Network, ForcePoint, Barracuda, Versa Network, and also we have Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Checkpoint. So some are the challengers, some are the leaders, some are the niche players, and some are the visionaries. So who most important for every organization? Leaders, everyone wants. Everyone love leaders. Good leader, everyone wants. Like, so if I'm the leader and if some company needs some kind of the services from similar to me, I'll go and tell them, hey, I am the market leader. If you take the services from me, you'll get the world best class services. So these are the three firewalls, Palo Alto, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. They are the market leading firewalls. Either of the firewall, if you are doing, you'll get the equal opportunities in a market because almost everyone having the similar client base available in the market. But even in the leaders, Palo Alto is leading the leaders. They're having the very high demand and very easy to learn the firewalls. Palo Alto very easy to configure, very easy to troubleshoot, very easy to learn. So one of the easiest firewall I can say, or one of the means most popular firewall, easy and most popular and very easy to implement and troubleshoot, that is the Palo Alto firewalls. So that's why Palo Alto having the very high demand in terms of the customers. So if customer are ordering more and more firewalls, they also need more and more engineers to support them. So that's why we having the very high jobs available in the markets as well. So if you are going to learn the Palo Alto firewall, there is a high chance you'll get the more calls for the interview and you'll crack the more interview and you'll get the more jobs. Or might be you can negotiate for the more money. So it's all option available for you. I'm not saying the same time Fortinet not have, definitely it's have. It's also very good firewall. Checkpoint also very good firewall. Even Cisco is a good, but very less demand in the market. People are more in the Fortinet, Checkpoint, or the Palo Alto. So, but Palo Alto is like very popular, I can say, very high demand in the markets. So this is the one reason you should learn the Palo Alto firewall. What is the second reason you should learn the Palo Alto firewall? So this is the like one of the like esecurityplanet.com. This is the open source which just doing the survey, like which firewall which better, which is like not better, what is the feature, like you purchasing the mobile or purchasing the car. So before purchasing mobile and car, you go like GSM Arena for the mobile comparison, like you just want to compare which mobile is better and why should I purchase. So you can check the pricing, you can check the features, you can check the like processors and the storage and battery. Then you come to know these two phones having the similar features, but this phone having the lower price. So once you find this phone having a lower price and equal features, then you go for that phone which is having the lower price. But if you want to go with the brand value, even the price is high, you can go and buy the brand. Like there is two phones, one is the Samsung, one is the Apple, and both having the similar feature and equal price. Definitely people will choose the Apples, or might be 1,000, 2,000 is extra, and still people will choose the Apple. So this is how basically it is going to be happen. So it like total mind game, you what Pocket is allowing. So similarly, Planet is also doing the same stuff. in this e-planet security planets, they compare the firewalls like Checkpoint and Palo-Alto firewalls, Palo-Alto and Cisco firewalls, FortiGate and the Palo-Alto firewall with a different parameter. I mean, security performance, value for money, implementation, easy to implementation or management, how it is, support, how the tax support is available, and cloud features. So they compare different parameter with the different firewalls, Checkpoint and the Palo Alto. And you can see here in basically point based, very good and fair. So in security performance, Palo Alto is the best and Checkpoint is the very good. So still Palo Alto is leading here in security performance. So what is security performance? How they are performing the security checks while coming any packets inside the firewall, how basically they are performing the security checks. So this is the security performance, right? So similarly, if we check the value for money, so this is the fair, but this is the good. So it is again cheap for you. So if you are going to purchase, you are going to invest, it is going to again good deal for you, and it is going to always help you on top of the save the money, right? Next, for the implementation. So I said, right, just give me 1 second. So likewise, I said implementation. So Palo Alto is very easy to understand, very easy to implement, and it is like, you can quickly understand. So you can say both implementation are very, best. Why? Why they both are best? Because earlier Checkpoint, the founder of the Palo Alto Firewall was working in the Checkpoint, and after leaving the Checkpoint, he created the Palo Alto Firewall. So see here, so the history of the Palo Alto network is an American multinational cyber security company that is head office in the California. His Nirjuk is the founder, right? Former engineer of the Checkpoint and NetScreen. So he left the Checkpoint and he created the Palo Alto Firewall. So almost if you understand the Checkpoint or Palo Alto or vice versa, you quickly understand, like Palo Alto, you can quickly understand Checkpoint. You know Checkpoint, you can quickly understand the Palo Alto Firewall. This is another benefits. So both GUI is look similar, both way of the configuration is look similar. Only few differences you will going to find in terms of the features, which is having the more feature in the Palo Alto Firewall, having the less feature in the Checkpoints, right? So I hope it makes sense to everyone. Now moving to the next one, that is the management. So you can see again, because both of the origin is the same. So again, management is the similar, easy to manage, easy to troubleshoot, but support, see, Checkpoint having the very bad support, but Palo Alto is a very good tag supports, right? So this is again new feature you can see. So here Palo Alto is leading. Similar the cloud feature you can see, cloud feature, Checkpoint is leading. They're having the very good cloud features, but Palo Alto somehow is lacking. So if you overall compare, in some field you find the Checkpoint is leading, some point you find in the Palo Alto is leading, but majority of the point you see Palo Alto leading, just Checkpoint is leading in the one point, that is a cloud feature. But rest of the things you can say here it is leading, it is also leading, they are the equal. So I can say Palo Alto is a win in terms of the overall comparison with the Checkpoint. Similar, if you see the Cisco and the check Palo Alto, many sector you will find the Palo Alto is leading and Cisco is very lacking. That's why Cisco having the very less demand. Fortinet, again, see, Fortinet is value for money, security performance very high. Palo Alto is low here, but again, these two things are leading and these two things are lacking here. So if you compare, these are the equal. So this is again leading in two sections in compared to Fortinet. So again, Palo Alto is having the high demand. So the cut and short story is in two source of the two source of the comparison. If I going to do that, that is the one is that is the Gartner report. Gartner Magic is the open source network firewall, which yearly based doing that comparison. They are we are going to basically understand the Palo Alto firewall is leading, and the second one is again the e-security planning. It's also helping me or you all understand. You can visit this website anytime, eplanetsecurity.com, and you can see that comparison. The Palo Alto is leading everywhere. Now I have the question from Saurabh. Sir, we will cover the both Palo Alto firewall part. Yes, so Saurabh, we having these two scenario, that is the PCNSA and PCNSE. We are going to cover entire PCNSA and PCNSE in this particular session, right? Any other question, guys, till now about the modules, about the strata, about the Prisma, about the Cortex XDR, about the security, about the Palo-Alto, why should learn, and the history of the Palo-Alto. Again, you can see the near jukes in
Sir,
the.
could you share a syllabus for both?
Yeah, I'm coming to syllabus only after that, so you'll understand the syllabus. Okay. So if you go for the syllabus point of view, so officially you'll find the syllabus on the website. So if you go here and you will see here PCNSA, learn more. If you click that, so you'll find the complete syllabus here. So you have to understand next generation firewall setup management, connection, zone security policy, protections, app ID, block threat, wildfire versus malware. Just understanding. You not have to do a lot of labs. It's very limited. You can say course content are available in the PCNSA. But if you go in the PCNSE, in PCNSE, you'll find a lot of things here. This is PCNSE, right? So if you go and learn here, so PCNSE, you'll have more like node security policy configuration, DOS management, app ID, block threat, formation, panorama understanding, device template, device. So everything. So if you club these all, it is going to become this particular course content. If you club both, you are going to become this particular content. So total 12 content we are going to understand. So let me just quickly brief that what we are going to understand after this particular course. So we'll start with the module 1 and we'll complete total module, that is a 12 module we have in this particular Palo-Alto, which is going to cover PCNSA officially and PCNSE officially. None of the topic is going to be left. So you will get very inside view, everything about the Palo-Alto firewalls. You understand about the platform and architecture, that is the single pass architecture with the parallel processing. This is a very interesting and unique feature in the Palo Alto. You are going to understand the packet flow, how the packet flow is going to happen step by step, how the ingress packet is going to land, and how the egress packet is going to leave from the firewall, and in between what is going to happen, how the NAT, security, slow path, fast path, app ID, content ID, user ID, how the application ID, these all comes in a picture. Decryption is going to come in a picture. So these all we are going to understand the packet flow in very deep type. So this is the in first module. So you'll understand about the architecture of the firewalls. You'll understand the packet flow. Then we'll go for the initial configuration. We'll understand the how to configure the brand new firewalls. So likewise, you can see this is the one of the firewall. This is the configure firewall from the previous batch. So 78 is the IP. Let me just log in it. So just I'm showing. So this is the firewall. You can see actual firewall on which we having a 2 series of the firewall PAN OS 9.0, 10.0. So both we'll cover in this particular session. So I'll explain how the from 0 we can configure scratch. We'll configure this particular firewall. And while doing the configuration, what steps we have to follow, and step by step how the understanding is going to be happen. So this all we are going to understand in this particular. See, this is the firewall dashboard. You can see a lot of SCC command center monitor. We having the objects, network, devices. So a lot of information we have. So we just have to understand one by one each and everything. So we'll start with the platform and the architecture. It's more about the theory. You just have to understand. We have to understand about the packet flow. Again, it's a theory, but we'll understand deeply how the packet flow is very relevant in the Palo Alto firewall configuration. So I will show that level of the information, so you'll get that understanding. Then after this initial configuration, we'll do the firewall configuration from very scratch. Probably in the next class, we'll do that. And configuration management, how it's going to happen, licensing and software update, how it is going to happen, account administration, how it is going to happen. So this is under module 2. Moving to the next module, the security zone, will understand what is the meaning of the zone in the Palo Alto firewalls, what is the layer 2 interface, layer 3 interface, virtual wire, tap mode interface, and what is the use of this special interface, tap mode and the virtual wire. what is the sub interface, how it can be configured. These all the practicals along with the theoretical we're going to understand. Likewise, everything here, DSCP virtual routers. What is the use of this virtual router, DSCP, how it is going to be configured in the Palo-Alto firewalls. So these all practically, theoretically will understand. Then we'll move to the security NAT policy. In this security policy, we'll understand about the security policy configuration, policy administration. NAT will understand the source NAT, destination NAT, U-turn NAT, and dual NAT. So 4 type NAT we are going to understand with the live practicals. Okay. So then after we'll move to the next application ID. We'll understand what is the app ID, how the based on the apps we can allow the app, block the apps, and what is the application group, application filtering, and how we can use them in the policy, how we can create the application group, how we can create the custom application as well. If the application is not applicable in the Applipedia or the Palo Alto application database, how I can create my company custom application in their database, and how we can apply in the group and filter as well. Okay. Then finally, we land with the content ID, where we'll understand the antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability, URL filtering, data protections, DOS protections, right? These all the live labs probably you'll find in this lab also. We already have done the configuration. I already have tested everything. So let me show you. Probably you'll find this all inside the policy. Let me show you. See here. So you can see these are profiles or calls here. So here, if you go here and go in the action, so these are see file blocking, wildfire, antivirus, anti-spyware also might be will see the policy. See anti-spyware policy, URL filtering will find also social media blocks. So we all tested here. Data filtering also we configure. See, and vulnerability protect. So everything we just did the configuration in the previous batch, wildfire, and everything we tested already tested because some are removed, but we tested everything and we configure everything in my particular this particular firewall. So if you go here and objects, if you will go see these all policy might be available here. So see this all we created. So antivirus profile, anti-spyware profile also will get that. Similar everything we configure. URL filtering also will get here. So we having everything available and we'll understand the these all particular content. It is very interesting. File blocking, how it can be do, how the zero day attack is going to happen, how the based on the zero day attack, how can we protect our network from any new signature, any new malware, any new ransomware attack, how it is going to be integrated with the Palo Alto firewall, with the wildfire server sandbox of the Palo Alto, how the public and private concept is going to come in a picture. Okay, so this all we are going to understand. Then SSL decryptions. This is a very important. If your traffic is just going via the like HTTP, that's work on the port 80. That can be by default inspected by the Palo Alto firewall. Any malicious content, any data leaking is going to be happen. This is going to be inspected by the Palo Alto firewall. But if your traffic is going on the HTTPS, which is the 443, this is the already encrypted traffic. Inside of the encrypted traffic, if any malware is going to happen, any kind of the data leak is going to happen, then how firewall is going to be protect those kind of the encrypted data or traffic or malicious content. So for that, we have to understand the like the SL decryptions, and by using this SL decryption, we can easily protect our networks, right? So this is about the SL decryptions. Now moving next, we having the user ID. So in our lab, you can see we having the real AD server also integrated here. Let me show you. We integrated our AD servers. For the user ID, you have in the FTP server, we have in the Kali Linux machine for the live DOS attack, for the live vulnerability attack. So for DOS attack, vulnerability attack, we can do all attack live from this Kali Linux machine, and we can see the live impact, how it is going to happen on the Palo Alto firewall, and how they are going to take action on it, and how they are going to block the threat or attacks which is coming from the real-time scenario. Right? So these all we are going to understand in particular content ID, all blocking, and then an user ID. We having the AD integrated. We are based on the username and their ID. We can allow some application, some destination, some kind of the communication. And then we'll move to the site-to-site VPN, where we'll understand the IPsec VPNs, how the IPsec VPN is going to be configured, theory about the phase 1, phase 2, tunnel mode, transport mode. We'll understand about the IK version 1, IK version 2. We'll understand about the ICKM. I will understand about the how the traffic is going in the phase 1, phase 2, testing, configuration. That is side-to-side VPN. Again, we'll configure the global protect as well. And entire global protect testing will do how the remote site users can communicate your data center servers, how they are going to build the tunnels from their machine to the Palo-Alto firewalls, and based on tunnel, how you can communicate with the internal server. So also we having a labs. Let me stop it here because please mute guys, please mute. Madan, Raj, let me mute. So also we having the global protect. So where it is?
Second one.
Yeah, thank you. So this also we are going to test. So exact in the lab and exact scenario will do that from this PC. We'll build the tunnel and based on this tunnel, we'll remotely connect this firewall by sitting in the home. This is the home user and we'll install the global protect client in this particular PC machine and we'll access the remote DC servers. So we'll get the real time flavor how the global protect is going to work, right? So something very unique, and I have all thing available resource, right? How it can be tested. So you'll get the flavor of that. Then finally, you understand the management and reporting of the dashboard. So the Palo-Alto Firewall I showed earlier, you'll get the dashboard overview, basic logging, reporting, how you can pull panorama. You'll understand like every concept you are going to understand in the panorama. Some limited license problem you have, so we are not able to demonstrate each and everything in panorama. But majority of the things you will understand what you actually need to do in the day-to-day life. So panorama, you'll get the what is the pre-rule configure, what is the post-rule configuration, how the device group configuration, how the firewall can be onboarded on the panorama, how we can create the objects there, shared rule, post rule, pre-rule, default rule, those concept, everything you're going to do. Only testing is with the pending because we don't have the license for the panorama. Okay. So if you're having any use case a special query, you want to do that in your lab, your real environment, just ask me by sharing your screen. So I'll explain that. But for me, I don't have the license firewall for the panorama, so we cannot integrate the firewalls with the panorama because panorama should be licensed to just integrating the any firewalls, and it's very costly. Okay, so this is the reason we don't have. So this is only one thing we cannot do 100% labs, but yes, we do the every concept understanding in the panorama.
So what about Radius and TechX?
So Radius and TechX, Radius TechX integration, again, we require Radius and ICE TechX servers, which is not available. So you can, I can show you how it can be integrated, but I don't have server to integrate. But there is a simple steps to do that. You just have to make the reachability with Radius and TechX, and you just have to put the Radius server details in key, then it is going to integrate. Just 1 minute configuration you have to do, and very easy to understand.
Okay.
So no, yeah, it's not very difficult to understand Radius and TechX integration. You just know where have to put the what values. So I'll tell that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Moving to the next, that is our active passive configuration. So in HA configuration, we having a two flavors, active passive and active active. So both configuration I'm going to cover in this particular lab. So we having the both labs available. So in both labs, we are going to understand how the active active firewall HA going to work, how the active passive is going to work. And this is just the official syllabus. But apart from this official syllabus, this is the active active and this is the active passive. Apart from this syllabus, what extra you are going to get, that is the routing. You will understand in this entire syllabus, which is not included here, you will understand how to BGP configure on the Palo Alto Firewall, BGP neighborship, right? So let me just write here, BGP configuration. You'll get OSPF configuration, you'll get a static, definitely you'll get. Without a static, we cannot complete. So a static routing. This is just not only, we'll understand how the mutual redistribution is going to happen. BGP to OSPF redistribution or OSPF to BGP redistribution. And if you want to redistribute connected route, connected to OSPF or BGP redistribution, we do that, right? And also static to OSPF or BGP redistribution, we do that. So this is the complete routing understanding. Also, you understand how basically on Palo-Alto Firewall build the BGP neighborship, OSPF neighborship, how the route can be exchanged from the OSPF to BGP, BGP to OSPF. This is the add-on for everyone because I start covering this all in my syllabus. So it is definitely going to be covered, right? So this is all syllabus about the Palo-Alto Firewall. What I just showed you, that is 100% is going to cover. None of the topic is going to be left or untouched, and everything is just going with the lab. Majority of things in lab, few are the concept. You just have to understand like single pass architecture, flow logic. These are the concept, but again, it will test in the labs. So
Routing comes under the virtual routers, right, sir?
yes, virtual routers. Routings come under the virtual routers. So in virtual router, you understand how routing can be done.
Okay.
So that's all for today's session because we just have to understand what is a firewall because it's left. So I'll continue this session in the next class because already we around 1 hour. So I don't want to stretch because initially we go in the very slow. So whenever we connect the next class, we'll understand how the firewall actually going to come in a picture and why you need the firewalls. Because we understand the security concept, we understand the syllabus, we understand the Palo Alto product, but now we need to understand why we need the firewalls and what is the principle behind using the firewalls. So we'll do that, and then we'll next class we'll discuss about how to configure the Palo Alto firewall from day 0. So step by step we'll understand each and everything. So that's all from my side for today. If anyone having any question, please feel free to ask. Okay.
Good evening, Pamit sir.
Good evening, Ranvi Kumar.
सर ये वीकडेज में क्लास हो गया, वीकेंड में क्लास होगी?
The class will happen हम वीकडेज में ही करेंगे 8 से 9:30, 8 to 9:30 PM IST इवनिंग में.
ओके सर.
ओके. मंडे टू फ्राइडे सेशन रहेगा, बट हम 4 दिन ही करते हैं. मंडे टू थर्सडे करते हैं या कभी कभी हम फ्राइडे कर लेते हैं, बीच में छुट्टी ले लेते हैं. सो दिस इज लाइक हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू हैपन. 4 days क्लास इन अ वीक होगा आपका मिनिमम.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग सूरज, बताइए.
कि एक्चुअली मुझे पूछना था सर कि डे में भी क्लास चलती है क्या, क्योंकि मेरा नाइट शिफ्ट है, मैं नाइट में ड्यूटी करता हूँ इसलिए.
डे में तो क्लास नहीं है, बट वीकेंड का भी हमारा होता है बैच. सो वीकेंड इज ओनली ऑप्शन कि डे में होता है, तो क्योंकि डे में तो पॉसिबल नहीं है मॉर्निंग में.
अच्छा,
क्योंकि थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम.
वीकेंड में कब होती है?
वीकेंड में 10 to 12 हो जाता है, या फिर आपका इवनिंग में 4 to 6 हो जाएगा.
अच्छा, तो अभी कोई सेशन चालू स्टार्ट हो रही है क्या?
नहीं, अभी तो नहीं हो रहा है, बट आप एक काम कर सकते हैं. यू कैन कंटिन्यू विद दिस सेशन. मैं अभिषेक सर को बोलता हूँ, ही विल हेल्प यू आउट. ओके. और कैसे कर सकते हैं इसको हम बताएंगे आपको. ठीक है सूरज?
जी जी जी, श्योर सर.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू सर.
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन गाइज? एनीवन हैव और ऑल गुड? देखते हैं चैट में किसी ने कुछ पूछा है. यस खान जी, बताइए क्या पूछ रहे हैं. मिस्टर खान, कैन यू गिव मी द 5 minute after? यस खान, आई हैव सम क्वेश्चन. आप चैट में पूछ लिए 1-to-1, या आप पूछ सकते हैं अगर आप पूछना चाहे तो, इफ यू डोंट माइंड, या 1-to-1 ही बात करना है. सो यू कैन लीव योर नंबर, आई कैन कनेक्ट आफ्टर दिस सेशन टू यू स्पेशली. जस्ट पिंग योर नंबर सो आई कैन कनेक्ट टू यू एंड वी कैन डिस्कस. यस रणवी, हाँ बताइए.
सर मुझे ना एक्चुअली पीसीएनसी का एग्जाम दे रहा, तो कुछ नोट्स सर वो साथ में मिल जाएंगे क्लास के, उसका अगर एग्जाम में बात.
कौन सा एग्जाम देना है, पीसीएनएससी या पीसीएनएसए?
नहीं सर, ए से दे के क्या फायदा, ई देंगे सर डायरेक्ट.
मतलब हाँ, ई देना है ना. तो इसका यार देखो, मतलब बोलना तो नहीं चाहिए लेकिन एग्जाम का तो सिंपल एक ही रूल होता है, ठीक है, कि अगर आप एग्जाम देना चाहते हो, सो देयर इज ओनली वे कि एग्जाम हम दे सकते हैं कि हमारा जो एग्जाम का तरीका है, आजकल मार्केट में बहुत सारे सेट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, राइट, जो आप
मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए सर, आपसे बता.
हाँ,
मुझे सर डंप नहीं चाहिए.
हाँ,
मुझे सब नोट्स मिल जाए, फिर बाद में अगर इंप्रूव दे तो उसको
नोट्स तो कंप्लीट मिलेगा. तो मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ कि देखो एग्जाम देना पास करना एक अलग बात होता है, ठीक है, और नॉलेज और हाँ, तो अगर नॉलेज चाहिए, इफ यू वांट टू नॉलेज नोट्स, तो दैट डेफिनेटली आई विल गिव दैट, ओके। जो आपका सिनारियो बेस्ड लैब होगा, आपका डॉक्यूमेंट होगा, स्टडी मटेरियल होगा, आपकी कुछ लैब गाइड्स मिलेंगे जो कॉम्प्लेक्स है, और आपको मिलेगा कुछ, आपको इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस भी मिल जाएंगे, देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन विद अस। बट जब एग्जाम देने की बात आती है, उसका थोड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट अलग हो जाता है, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस होते हैं। अब वो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन जो एग्जाम में आते हैं, दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर। आप या तो बुक से उसको तैयारी करो, या तो फिर आपको कहीं ना कहीं से आपको अरेंज करना पड़ेगा, विच आई कैन नॉट टेल ओपनली, बट यस, एग्जाम का थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेप्ट अलग होता है। बट स्टडी मटेरियल एवरीथिंग, लाइक क्या क्या आपको, देखो यहाँ पे सब कुछ, जैसे मेरे पास अभी है ये पैन ओएस के बुक 10 है, जो हमारे पास ओएस वर्जन 10 है यहाँ पे। एक मिनट, नहीं ये नहीं ये जैसे पैकेट फ्लो है, ये हमारे पास बुक है, पैन ओएस 10 है, 9 है, सीएलआई कमांड्स हैं, क्या क्या होती हैं, कैसे कैसे होती हैं, कैसे पैकेट कैप्चर लेते हैं, डीबग लेते हैं, ट्रबल शूटिंग कैसे करते हैं आपके लैब डॉक्यूमेंट्स क्या क्या हैं, जैसे आपको साइड टू साइड वीपीएन बनाना है, या फिर आपको जैसे एडवांस जो लैब्स हैं ग्लोबल प्रोटेक्ट के, वो कैसे बनती हैं, थ्योरी एच का क्या होता है, ग्लोबल प्रोटेक्ट का मतलब क्या होता है, एलडेप कैसे बनाते हैं, पैकेट फ्लो, ये सारी चीजें आपको तो मिल जाएगी नोट्स, जिसमें आप इसमें अपने आप को प्रिपेयर कर सकते हो। इसके अलावा जो ऑफिशियली पीसीएनए की स्टडी गाइड है, ऑफिशियली पीसीएनए की स्टडी गाइड है, ये भी आपको मिल जाएगा। इसमें आपको बहुत सारे हर क्वेश्चंस, डोमेन टेस्ट, अपने आप को टेस्ट करने का सब कुछ मिलेगा आपको इसके अंदर। सो विल गेट एवरीथिंग, जिसमें आपको
ये
देखो
मैंने
इसमें,
डाउनलोड करी।
हाँ देखो यहाँ पे देखो, जैसे क्वेश्चन है, ऐसे एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आएगा, जैसे एक क्वेश्चन आया कि व्हाट इज द लास्ट स्टेप द पैकेट प्रोसेसिंग इन द फायरवॉल। तो ये सारे आपको पता होना चाहिए, यही सब क्वेश्चंस होते हैं जो आपके एग्जाम में आते हैं। सो यू जस्ट हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस ऑल। ये पूछ रहा है कि विच इंटरफेस टाइप रिक्वायर्ड टू कॉन्फ़िगर वेयर द नेक्स्ट ऑफ फॉर द वेरियस एड्रेस, तो लेयर 3 आपका हो गया। सो ये सब तो मिलेगा आपको, और इससे आपको तैयारी करनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है।
थैंक यू सो मच।
Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for everyone. Take care. We'll connect in the next session. Thanks for connecting today. See you again. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.
ओके बाय सर।
Bye bye. Bye.